Hi students, we are discussing kinematics, two-dimensional motion. In yesterday's class we have seen one example. Now in today's class we are going to see another example that is called projectile. Okay, so what is a projectile? Projectile motion. This is an example for two-dimensional motion. So what is a projectile? Any body projected with a certain angle other than 90 degrees. We can call it as a projectile. So examples for projectiles. So what is a projectile? Any body projected with an angle other than 90 degrees with the horizontal is called a projectile. So this is the definition of projectile. Okay. So any body projected with an angle other than 90 degrees with the horizontal is called projectile. So examples for projectile is a bullet fired from a gun. Is, and second example, a stone projected with certain angle. Stone is projected with some angle. And these are the few examples, two examples for projectile. Okay. So let us consider a projectile. Okay. Now in today's class we are going to discuss this one. If you project a body, see, let it be x direction. Okay, you consider this is y axis and this one is x axis. So this point O, we can call it as a point of projection. That means where the body is projected from here. So if it is projected with an initial velocity u, making an angle theta with the horizontal. So if you project like this, it will be travels like this. This is the path taken by the body. So it travels like this. So this is the path taken by the projectile. This we can call it as a projectile. So O, and it reaches its maximum height during its journey. So maximum height, this O to A, and again reach A to B. So this O to A is ascent journey, A to B is descent journey. Okay, this OAB is the path taken by the projectile. That path taken by the projectile, we can call it as trajectory. Okay. Now if it is projected like this, making an angle theta with the horizontal. So let u be the initial velocity. So I consider a projectile with the initial velocity u. So I consider a projectile with the initial velocity u. Which makes an angle theta with the horizontal. So what is theta? Angle of projection. So let theta be the angle of projection. We can call it as angle of projection. That is, it should not be equal to okay. So this theta not equal to 90 degrees. So theta is the angle of projection. O is called point of projection. then this path taken by the body, that is the path taken by the body, path taken by the body, that is OAB, we can call it as trajectory. That path we can call it as trajectory. What we can call it as trajectory. So we can show that this trajectory of the path is, we can show it is parabola. So what is the trajectory of this projectile? Trajectory of a projectile is dash. Answer parabola. We can show that one also. Okay. This initial velocity, okay, now this initial velocity u is resolved into two components. Initial velocity is resolved into two components. First component is u cos theta, and this is called horizontal component, and vertical component is u sin theta. So this initial velocity u makes, it is resolved into two components. This is horizontal component, that is x component u cos theta, and vertical component u sin theta. So initial velocity u is resolved into two components. So horizontal component of velocity, that is ux, is u cos theta, that is initial velocity. Vertical component of initial velocity, that is uy, that is u sin theta. So if you want to write in vector form initial velocity, you can write it as u bar is equal to, you can write it as ux I cap plus uy j cap. That is ux can be written as u cos theta I cap plus u sin theta j cap. Okay. Thus also we can represent the initial velocity. What is u here? Initial velocity. Now this initial velocity we resolved into two components. So this projectile will travel like this. Okay. Suppose for it to travels, it will take 5 seconds. Somewhere in 2 seconds it will be in A. So after t seconds, let p be the position of the projectile. Okay. So whose coordinates are x and y. Whose coordinates are x and y. So this horizontal component I consider as u cos theta. That horizontal displacement is x and vertical displacement is y. So this p x y. So its coordinates are x y. It represents position of the particle after t seconds. So what is p? Let p is equal to xy be the position of the projectile. Position of the projectile after t seconds. Okay. Projectile after t seconds. Okay. After t seconds. So that is after small letter t seconds. This is the position. Now I want this horizontal displacement. So first I want to explain this horizontal motion. So this horizontal displacement, how much? After t seconds in the problems. Suppose you want a horizontal displacement. Before going to displacement, I want velocity. So I want to find velocity here. So if you want velocity here, you draw a tangent at that point. That tangent indicates velocity direction. Okay, so I want its magnitude. So let v be the velocity of the projectile after t seconds. Let v be the velocity of the projectile after t seconds. Projectile after t seconds. So after t seconds, I assume this one also. So it's a velocity is a vector quantity. So it's if you draw a tangent, the tangent indicates its velocity. So this velocity, we are resolved into two components here. So this velocity is resolved into two components, x component and again y component. Okay. So this is y component. Y component. So this velocity vector makes an angle alpha with the horizontal after t seconds. So this alpha value is less than theta value, less than theta, because as it ascends, this angle made by the velocity with the horizontal gradually decreases. When it reaches to horizontal position, that is maximum height, its velocity is completely horizontal. So and it has magnitude u cos theta. Here the vertical component becomes 0, okay, at maximum height. Still as it descends, the vertical component gradually increases and the horizontal component will remain the same. So this velocity, horizontal component, it won't change during the journey, but vertical component, what happens during ascent, it decreases and becomes 0 at maximum height, and again it increases during descent a to b. Suppose you want velocity here at this particular instant during this distance, you draw a tangent here, draw a tangent, that gives the velocity. So this is the horizontal component and this is the vertical component. This vertical component again, it will increases because it moves in the direction of gravity. Since it rises against gravity, its velocity decreases, vertical component decreases, but a horizontal component will remain same. Here is also Vx. The Vx value is u cos theta only. Here is also u cos theta. So horizontal component initially u cos theta, after t seconds u cos theta, at maximum height u cos theta, before touching the ground is also u cos theta. So it won't change. Why? Because there is no gravity in a horizontal direction. So this horizontal velocity, horizontal component, it won't change. So this horizontal component, no change. No change. It will remain the same. Vertical component, what happens? This vertical component, vertical component, vertical component, it means vertical component uy, first it decreases and becomes 0 at maximum height, and then increases again. Okay, that is the vertical component. Okay, so vertical component, first it decreases. Why? Because it is moving against gravity and becomes 0 at maximum height, and then increases because it is moving in the direction of gravity. Okay, now I want velocity after t seconds. How do you find? This v can be written as vx. This horizontal component, it won't change. So the Vx is equal to u cos theta only. It won't change. But vertical component will decreases. To get vertical component, apply V is equal to u plus at. In which direction? Y direction. Along y direction. So I will write suffix y. Okay. So Vy means velocity after t seconds. Vy is equal to Uy. What is Uy? Initial velocity in vertical direction. U sin theta. U sin theta. Since it is rising up, its acceleration is minus z. Minus z, a becomes minus z into t. So this is the velocity after t seconds. So I have Vx and Vy. I want Vy. So what is Vy? Vy can be written as velocity after t seconds. V is equal to Vx I cap plus Vy j cap. That is, what is Vx? Vx is u cos theta I cap plus what is Vy? U sin theta minus gt of j cap. So thus we can represent this velocity vector. So this is the vector notation. Suppose you want its magnitude. So how do you find this magnitude of velocity? Square root of, you will get Vx square plus Vy square. Thus you will get magnitude of velocity. Suppose you want direction. So I want direction of velocity. These are the problems. Okay. So how do you find the direction of velocity? As I said, it is tangential to the path. Okay. Which makes an angle alpha with the horizontal. So let alpha be the angle made by the velocity with the x-axis. Velocity with the x-axis. With the x-axis or horizontal. Both are same. So I want alpha. So here in this triangle, see, I will write this one separately. So velocity will be in this direction, v. This is x component. This is y component, vy. This is alpha. This diagram I am showing here once again. So you apply here tan alpha. Tan alpha is equal to Vy by Vx. So I am getting tan alpha is equal to Vy by Vx. Okay. So I want alpha. Alpha is equal to tan inverse Vy by Vx. What is Vy? Instead of Vy, we can write, you can write this one. U sin theta minus, so u sin theta minus gt by what is Vx? Vx is u cos theta. So by using this formula, you will get a direction. Okay. So what I am explaining here, this is the velocity after t seconds. So here I explain determination of velocity of the projectile after t seconds. First I resolve it into components, and then I find its velocity vector Vxi cap plus Vy cap, then I find the magnitude, then I find the direction. This is the procedure to calculate velocity of the projectile at any instant of time during its flight. Okay. The next one is, I want its displacement. Okay. Next, we want so displacement, determination of displacement after t seconds. This displacement, determination of displacement, we have horizontal component and vertical component. So horizontal component, let it be x. So to get x, apply x is equal to, this is the horizontal displacement after t seconds. So to get a horizontal displacement, apply s is equal to ut plus half at square. In which direction? Along x axis. So this suffix represents x-axis. So in horizontal direction, acceleration is 0. So what is horizontal direction? Acceleration is 0. There is no acceleration in horizontal direction. So ax is 0 and sx becomes x. What is initial velocity in horizontal direction? U cos theta. So u cos theta into t. So this is the velocity after horizontal displacement after t seconds. So it is uniform motion. So it is horizontal direction, it has uniform motion. So in horizontal direction, its motion is uniform. So in vertical direction, it has, I want vertical displacement. Okay, so this vertical displacement, it has acceleration. What is acceleration in vertical direction? It is g. So it is minus c. In vertical direction, since it is rising up, its acceleration is down. So we have to take minus c. So apply s is equal to ut plus half at square. Once again, in which direction? Y direction. So suffix y represents in vertical direction. Sy is y. So it is y. Vertical displacement here I consider as y. And uy. What is uy? Initial velocity in vertical direction. U sin theta. U sin theta into t minus acceleration becomes minus c. So it is minus half g, ay becomes g into t square. This is the vertical displacement in, this is y. This is the procedure to calculate vertical displacement in problems. Okay. Simply I applied s is equal to ut plus half at square. In which direction? Vertical direction. So now eliminate t. See, I want to show this path of the projectile is parabola. So path is parabola. So to prove this, path of the trajectory of a projectile is parabola. Okay. To prove this, eliminate t and t from equations 1 and 2. So from equation 1 we have t is equal to x by u cos theta. We have t is equal to x by u cos theta. Now I am substituting in equation 2. So from equations 1, 2 we have, so what we have I am writing here. Okay. So y is equal to u sin theta into t minus half gt square. That is u sin theta into t. Instead of t I am writing x by u cos theta minus half g t square. What is t? X square, x by u cos theta whole square. Okay. This is t square. So what you will get? Y is equal to u get cancelled, sin theta by cos theta get tan theta into x minus, so this is g by 2 is here, u cos theta, u square cos square theta of x square. I will put a bracket into x square. So this equation is, I will write here the remaining equation. Y is equal to tan theta x. Instead of tan theta I am writing ax minus, instead of b by 2u square cos square theta I am writing bx square. So this is equation of parabola. This is equation of parabola. Hence we can say that the trajectory of the projectile is parabola. because it is independent of time. Y is vertical displacement, so this is x is a horizontal displacement, and this is equation of parabola. Y is equal to ax minus bx square. This is equation of parabola. Hence, we can say that the trajectory of the projectile is parabola. So, where A is tan theta, and B is, we have G by 2u square cos square theta. So for a given projectile, this u is constant, theta is constant. Hence, AB are constants. AB are constants for a given projectile. For a given projectile, AB are constants. Okay, this is the proof of the path of a projectile, trajectory of a projectile is parabola. Okay, clear? The next one. The next one is, we have to define this maximum height. So the next one is maximum height. Maximum height of a projectile. So during its flight, it reaches a maximum height. At maximum height, its vertical component is 0. Still it possesses velocity u cos theta. So what is the velocity of the projectile at its maximum height? U cos theta. So u cos theta. We want this maximum height h. So how do you get? You apply s is equal to ut plus half at square in vertical direction. So to get maximum height, apply s is equal to, or v square minus u square is equal to 2as. In which direction? Vertical direction. Okay. So initial velocity in vertical direction, that is Vy is here. I am applying s is equal to ut, v square minus u square is equal to 2as during ascent. So during ascent means from O to A. Ascent, that is O to A. Between these 2 points, I am applying v square minus u square is equal to 2as in vertical direction. So I assumed that this two-dimensional motion, I assumed that combination of two rectilinear motions. So one is along x-axis, other is along y-axis. So you apply equations of motion in any direction. You can apply along x-axis and y-axis. So now I am applying in y direction. Okay. So Vy is 0 at maximum height. So what is initial velocity in vertical direction? U sin theta. What is acceleration? Since it is rising up, its acceleration is minus c. What is the displacement in vertical direction? H. From here to here, the vertical displacement is h. Okay. So I want h. So you apply, substitute these values in this expression. What you will get? Vy 0 minus uy. So u sin theta whole square, that is u sin theta whole square, 2 a becomes minus g, s becomes h. So this minus get cancelled. You will get h is equal to u square sin square theta by 2g. This is expression for maximum height. Okay. This can also be written as h is equal to vertical component square vy square by 2g. So this can also be written like this. What is Vy here? Vertical component of initial velocity. Okay. So this I put it as R. That means same thing we can written like this. So this maximum height, it depends upon vertical component only. So this maximum height is proportional to square of vertical component only, and this maximum height is inversely proportional to G. Okay. Suppose here theta is equal to 90. You will get a maximum height for a one-dimensional motion, that is vertically projected body, that is V square by 2G. Okay, this is maximum height. The next one is time of flight. Okay, time of flight. Time of flight. So what is time of flight? Total journey O to A to B is called time of flight. So that is total time spent by the projectile in air is called time of flight. I want time of flight. Okay. So which formula we have to apply? I want this time of flight. So time of flight is total time spent by the projectile. Total time spent by a projectile in air. Projectile in air is called time of flight. That is from O to A to B. This is the path taken. O to A to B. Time of flight. I want this. So you apply initial velocity in vertical direction. Vertical displacement is from here to here. Vertical displacement is 0. So apply S is equal to you apply total vertical component. You apply S is equal to ut plus half at square. I am applying this formula. Okay. In vertical direction, what is the displacement? From this is apply S is equal to ut plus from O to between O and B. O to B. So body projected like this, it reaches to the ground. So you are projected from here and it reaches to the B. Both are in the same plane, horizontal. So vertical displacement is it is projected from ground and it reaches to the ground. So what is vertical displacement? 0. So vertical displacement is 0. So I am applying in y direction. Vertical displacement 0. What is initial velocity in vertical direction? Vy. I will write Vy into t. Time of flight is t. Since it is rising up, acceleration is g into t square. Instead of t, small t, I am writing capital T. What is capital letter T here? Time of flight. So you will get half gt square. Half gt square is uy into t. 1t get cancelled. So t is equal to 2uy, 2 vertical component by z. So this is expression for time of flight. That is t is equal to 2 into uy is u sin theta by g. This is the expression for time of flight. Okay. So this time of flight we can also written as during, or time of flight we can also written as time of ascent plus time of descent. So if the air resistance is neglected, the time of ascent is equal to go from O to A is equal to A to B. So that we can also prove that T is equal to TA plus TD. That is, we can write it as time of ascent is, both are same here. Time of descent is u sin theta by g. So total time of flight is u sin theta by g plus u sin theta by g. You will get 2u sin theta by g. Okay. So thus we can also write time of ascent plus time of descent. This is time of flight. The next one is range of a projectile. Range. What is the range? In the diagram, O to B is called range. O to B, that is horizontal distance travelled by the projectile, is called range. So horizontal distance travelled by the projectile, travelled by a projectile is called range. Okay, horizontal distance. So I am apply S is equal to ut plus half at square in which direction? Horizontal direction, along x-axis. You apply in this direction. So suffix x represents horizontal direction. Okay, horizontal displacement is Sx is range. Initial velocity in horizontal direction is u cos theta. U cos theta into time of flight, let it be t, total time of flight. Horizontal acceleration is 0. Ax is 0. Horizontal acceleration. So this term becomes 0. Since horizontally there is no acceleration, so I put Ax is equal to 0 here. So this term becomes 0. Okay. So this we can also write it as horizontal displacement is equal to horizontal velocity into time of flight. Okay. Where t is time of flight. This can also be written as horizontal distance. Horizontal distance is equal to horizontal velocity into time of flight. Time of flight. So this is an important formula. Okay, because it has in the horizontal direction it has uniform motion. In horizontal direction it has projectile has dash motion. Answer uniform motion. Okay. So what is the time of flight here? R is equal to u cos theta into what is time of flight? Time of flight is 2u sin theta. 2u sin theta by g. So this is R is equal to u into u becomes u square 2 sin theta cos theta. 2 sin theta cos theta by g. This 2 sin theta cos theta we can also write it as I will write here R is equal to u square sin 2 theta by g. So in mathematics there is a formula. What is that formula? Sin 2 theta is equal to 2 sin theta cos theta. This is a mathematical formula in trigonometry. What is that? Sin 2 theta is equal to 2 sin theta cos theta. Here is 2 sin theta cos theta. Instead of that I am writing sin 2 theta. So this is the range. Okay, expression for range. So what is expression for range? U square sin 2 theta by g. This can also be written as this range. We can also written as this is vertical component u sin theta to Vx, horizontal component u cos theta, vertical component Vy into by g. So this also we can write like this. Range is equal to 2 into horizontal component into vertical component by z. Because horizontal component is u cos theta, vertical component is u sin theta into 2. We can write like this. Okay. So this range depends on what factors? So this range depends upon angle of projection. Okay. Angle of projection. For a given range, say for a given projectile, this range will becomes maximum. when theta becomes 45, because sine 2 theta is 45, sine 45 becomes 2 into 45, 90, sine 90 is equal to 1, that has maximum value. So this range becomes maximum. So maximum range when theta is equal to 45 degrees, R becomes maximum, that is R max. R becomes R max. So that is maximum range is R is equal to u square sine 2 theta by g. So that is R is equal to u square sine 2 into 45 sine 90. Sine 90 becomes 1. So this is expression for maximum range. Since sine 90 is equal to 1, that is maximum. So this sine 2 theta has maximum value when theta is equal to 45. Hence range becomes maximum. For a given projectile, range is maximum when theta is equal to 45. Next, for a given angle of projections, this is complementary angles. Theta and 90 minus theta are called complementary angles. For them, range is same. Range is same because range is same. For both, range is same because R is u square sine 2 theta by g. That is, you substitute here theta or 90 minus theta, you will get the same value of range. R is, if you substitute theta, let it be theta 1, R1, that is theta. You substitute 90 minus theta, u square sine 2 of 90 minus theta of g. 2 into 90 minus theta, u square sine 180 minus theta, 180 minus 2 theta by g. Sine 180 minus 2 theta becomes again sine 2 theta. So mathematically, so that is range. So this is R2. This is the range when theta is equal to 90 minus theta. This is the range when theta, angle of projection is theta. Here angle of projection is theta. Here angle of projection is 90 minus theta. So these two are called complementary angles. That means if you project a stone with an angle theta or 90 minus theta, you will get same values. That is, means ranges are same. That is hence here R1 is equal to R2. Hence proved. That means ranges are same. I will show in the diagram. Okay, the same thing I will show in the diagram. See, suppose a body is projected with a 30 degrees, theta 30 degrees. It will reach us like this. This is theta 30 degrees here. I will project a this complementary angles. So what is complementary angles? Complementary angles. I said theta 90 minus theta. Okay. I take 30 degrees. What is 90 minus theta? 60 degrees. So if you project with 60 degrees like this, both stones will reach the ground in the same point. So for them, theta is here 60. Ranges are same. That means if you project a stone with an angle 30 degrees with a given initial velocity or 60 degrees, both stones will reach the same point. Suppose you reach the point, another example. You reach 15 degrees. 15 degrees is the angle of projection. Like this, 15 degrees. What is the complementary angle? 90 minus 15. That is 75. So if you project another stone with 75 degrees. Like this. For them 75 degrees, range will be like this. So stone will fall like this. So if you project with 75 degrees, for its height will be more. So you observe, as angle of projection increases, 15, 30, 60, 75, height will be increases. Maximum height will be increases. Okay? And for this 75 degrees, 15 degrees, the stone will reaches the same place. Ranges are same. Okay? It will fall like this. Suppose when theta is 45 degrees, complementary angle is 45 degrees. So it will goes to maximum range. That is like this. So this is 45 degrees. Theta is 45 degrees. So here the range becomes maximum for each. That is for a given value of initial velocity, that is u. For a given value of u, all these things. Theta is for complementary angles, you will get like this. So the range becomes maximum here. For a given value of u, range will becomes maximum when theta is 45 degrees. That's why when you are playing cricket, so to hit boundary, to hit the ball with an angle 45 degrees, so that it will goes to the boundary. Nobody will catch that ball in cricket. Okay? So this is about range. Okay? So in today's class, what I explained? I explained projectile. So in that I explained horizontal range, maximum height and time of flight. I proved that the path of the projectile is parabola. So I said how to determine the velocity of the projectile after t seconds and how to find the displacement of the projectile after t seconds, both in magnitudes and directions. Okay? So this is the today's lesson. Okay? I am going to close today. Sorry.